Well, hey everybody, this is Don with the vlog of many things, and with me are my compatriots.
That's a big word. Thank you.
Yes, it is.
Hey, folks, Ken Ka.
And Tom.
Come on, guys,
And
you got to be more quick to the. Come on, this has to flow better.
No,
But no,
dude, come on.
this
I,
is
I,
a
I did a live stream at 1 p.m. I put up a video with the news alert, and I'm doing another live stream. You should be happy I'm breathing.
yeah. But the thing
I
is,
just put a toddler to bed.
we're supposed to be like the village people, but without leather chaffs.
Come on, man.
If it's going to be the village people, do we have to do the Trump shuffle?
Maybe. Never know.
I'm a white guy. I can do that.
Mr. Glenn, how you guys doing? Edward Kopp, how you doing?
I resemble that remark.
Yeah.
You notice I kind of just went over it. I just kind of like went past it.
Yes. I don't blame you. By the way, I'm wearing my paranoia shirt. I am team leader.
Oh, Red, you're dead.
Oh yeah, no. This was from Shire Khan. Thank you to Bob G. I actually got two shirts out of the deal. I got team leader and number one troubleshooter. So
Yep.
That means team leader and paranoia means team target. You know that, right?
oh yeah. Even by my wife. Yes, I learned that. She learned the game very quickly.
Well, real quick, so we can let everybody know what's going on here. We're going to talk about a lot of different things tonight. We're going to talk about Evil Genius Games. We're going to talk about the new Johnson Brothers Award that we have illustriously created.
Oof.
And we're going to give our first inductee that tonight. We're going to talk about the Stars and Sales backer kit, and we're going to talk about something else, and who knows what else. But I want to talk real quick about something. I'm going to bring it up. We'll just start it off with a bang, maybe.
Yes.
I see this all the time in chat groups and in groups on Facebook, and I want your guys' opinion and also the live stream chats, and that is this. All right. If Eric Tenkar comes to Wizard Tower Games and buys a board game from me,
all right,
and I ship Eric that board game and I package it properly and it's well padded, and U.S. Postal Service damages it completely, Eric gets it. And Eric says, Don, my game is effed up. I want a new game or my money back. Do I owe Eric a new game or not? People, let's talk about it. Because I see it all the time in board game groups, people saying, yes, the retailer has an obligation to get me that game in good condition. And my argument is, if it's not the game company's fault and it's the shippers, they don't owe you anything.
Well, go ahead, Tom.
Well, I ran an eBay business way back, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. And one of the things I just learned real quick to do was I put the insurance. I added, the shipping charges. You have a winning bid, and then you have shipping charges. The shipping charges are the shipping charges, but they always included the insurance on the thing. And I always just did that, especially when a friend, a wargaming friend, came to me and said, "Hey, this eBay thing?" And he was not tech literate; he was a history teacher, and he wanted to sell a Republican Roman army pre-Empire. It was in 15 millimeter, beautifully painted, and I said, "Yeah, sure." And then the more this went on, the more I was like, "Ooh, this is the fees and stuff. I should have negotiated a little differently." But it was purchased by a bloke in England, and so at $250 for this army, and beautifully painted, and I put insurance on it for $250 to cover it.
But that's just it. But the thing is.
And when it got there, though, here's the story. When it got there, the post office in England said $250. They ripped the package open, went all through it, pawed all through it, damaging stuff, and then added a VAT tax, value-added tax, on the guy. And so he came back with the email, and he was pissed. And he was not pissed at me. He was pissed at the post office. And then he ended here in America we say gas, and in Great Britain they say petrol. He goes, well, I'm off to petrol bomb the post office. And I was like, delete. And I saw nothing.
But the thing is, Edward Kopp says, Edward says, do you believe in hospitality? Do you believe in service recovery? Yes, I do. And then Mr. Gunn says, Don, real quick on how he says, Mr. Gunn says, Don, yes, it's the cost of doing business. The company needs to recoup from the shipper. The consumer needs to be made whole. Okay, I am going to disagree with that, and this is the reason why, okay? And I'm going to disagree with it with a couple of very, very important caveats here, okay? When you have something like a board game, okay, if I ship a board game to a customer and it arrives damaged, and that customer shows me pictures of it damaged, okay, I probably would replace that board game, but I would want the other one back. And the thing is I know that there is going to be backlash over this, because the thing is a lot of people believe in the customer's always right. But I've been doing this a long time, and I know a lot of other people in here has been doing it for a long time. But the problem that you run into also is, and I'm unpopular opinion here, but it's happened to me before, where someone says, I got the game damaged. And what they did is they in fact had the game before. You don't know what's going on in the back end. You don't know if you're being ripped off by that person. And the big thing with me is, and this is a comment I made earlier in the thread on Facebook, was I'd want to see a picture of the shipping box and also a picture of the actual damaged product. That's first off, number one.
That's fair. I'll be honest with you. That is certainly fair. I've had stuff damaged by the post office. I had my Lost Lands hardcover book get road rash and repackaged by the postal service. When it comes in a rebagging, or even better, and it wasn't the frog's fault. I didn't ask for a replacement, because honestly, it took effort from the postal service to fuck this shit up. It was well packaged. Now, I don't want to talk ill of anybody who is deceased, but when Tunnels and Trolls 7th edition, 8th edition, Deluxe edition, whatever, when that came out a number of years ago, Flying Buffalo, I jumped in for the give me the 10 copies, because I ain't going to distribute this to my gaming group. And Flying Buffalo shipped it in like, I don't know, I'll build a box out of scrap boxes.
Oh.
So when it arrives, I had 6 books, of which 2 were mangled, and a note from the postal service that your shipper needs to use better boxes. I kid you not, and I complained because this time it wasn't the postal service, it was a bad shipper. It all depends on the care the shipper puts into it. If you sloppily throw something in a fucking box and you don't care how it arrives, I will be pissed if it arrives damaged. If you were like Goodman Games and you treat it like it's, gold coins and porcelain, and you wrap it up great, and the postal service still shits the bed, I'm going to be making a complaint with the postal service.
But see, there's where this is the problem, because the U.S. Postal Service's insurance is pretty much worthless.
Right.
It really is. I mean, Edward Kopp says, and I'm going to read just the end part of his comment. He says that the return on investment on goodwill is nearly infinite. And that is very true. And from people who have ordered from me, if I ship something late, I usually throw something extra in, like Blades and Arcana. I've been throwing like a copy here and there if I'm late on something, or I'll throw like an extra set of dice or something. I got no problem with that.
Get that too.
Yes, My big yank is like with this, and I guess I should have gave a little bit better of a backstory here. Is this individual who posted in the Board Game Geek group basically was offended because they wanted pictures of the shipping box also, and he refused. And the shipper said, "I'm not sending you another game." Then they refused. And to me, if I send you a game and you say it's arrived damaged, and I say, "Well, can you please send me an image of the box?" and you say no, I don't think I'm unreasonable as a retailer to say that I'm not giving you a new game.
Oh yeah, I would agree with you on that, because I've had that with. Listen, if you've ever had to return something or make a complaint with a company that you got a defective product, you opened up the box, it was broken. 9 times out of 10, they ask you, especially now, we're all digital, right? Everybody's got a phone. It's not even a digital camera. You all have phones that are cameras. Take a picture, show us the damage, we'll make it good.
And I can say something here real quick, and I got witnesses here. Eric, Tom.
Yes.
How do I package my stuff that I ship out? Poor Eric.
Can I put this in the nicest words? You are anal retentive when it comes to making sure things arrive safely. I am a lazy fuck, and I like to receive packages and just rip them open. And with Don, it's like, oh shit. All right, I need to get a knife or a razor out, and I'm gonna go through layers because I got the outer layer. It's like Christmas. It's like Christmas from somebody who gives a shit when they wrap. All right, it is impeccable. There's no two ways about it. If your stuff arrives fucked up, I know it's my mailman who likes to throw things from the bottom. From the sidewalk to the porch when he's not feeling the walk.
And trust me, I've been to Eric's house. Those are some bloody steep ass steps.
Yeah, they are.
Holy shit.
So, all right. So, true story. This goes back about, 10, 12 years. I ordered a bunch of Dragon magazines, old Dragon magazines on eBay. It was a great deal. Got it back to like 25. No, actually, it's more. Maybe 30 Dragon magazines. Old ones. They were like $5 a pop, but they were in decent condition. I'm in the downstairs living room with my parents, and we hear the loudest thump. And like, what the fuck was that? And I go out on the porch, and there's this box. Happens to be everything. But my father is anal retentive in another way. He didn't like people dumping garbage in front of the house, so he had security cameras hooked up. And we go to the security camera, and you can see the mailman from the bottom of the stairs. Oof.
Poor guy.
So that was the thump, and that is the respect the mailman gave to my package. So, yes.
Okay, I got to highlight this. This comment. When we ship reptiles, you don't hear that very often. We ship to the nearest hub via FedEx. That way we know the animal is in a warm room upon delivery. Victory Lane Exotics, Bill, thank you for tuning into our channel. I wasn't trying to pick on you, but I got to admit, I don't see people talk about shipping reptiles very often. I've known a few reptiles in my life. I have shipped to a few reptiles in my life, but I've never known somebody to ship them. So, any rate, but yeah, that's basically what my big thing was, because it turned into a really big deal in the board game group. And I was just like, as a retailer, yeah, you want your customer happy. Of course, I want my client happy or my customer happy, but come on, people, fair is fair, and there's got to be like a limit, within reason.
Right.
Well, does anybody do that thing where you say like, oh, this was bad, and so they'll ship you a new one with a label, and then you got to put the old one in the box with the label and send it back to them?
This is how I will do it usually. Is okay if something comes damaged and they show me the box and it's legit, okay, I'll be honest with you, 99% of the time, just keep the damn thing and here's a new one.
Right.
But the thing is because it's really just not worth it, but
to pay 2 shippings, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess at the end of the day, with me is it just all depends on circumstance. But I think there is a time when the retailer should have a legitimate right, and one of the big ones is like Eric said, come on, man. Everybody has one of these just about. Just pick the
Yeah.
damn thing up and take a quick snapshot and send us a photo, and life is good and life is happy, man.
No, my package did not have a do not throw or thump on it, Fugly. God. God help you, Fugly. God help you. Oh, damn it.
Well, my eBay business was was buying low on eBay
Right.
and rehabbing a miniature, usually Warhammer, and selling them. Because at the time I was really doing some high end painting. I probably slipped in my skill a little bit, but could dust it off. But I used to always anything that sold for big bucks. I would sweat until I saw that they had received it. I mean, I'll
tell you what. Yeah.
I put tracking, I put insurance on all of and luckily I never had a problem. And I had I had a 72 millimeter tall Rackham miniature from Rackham out of France.
Yep.
And it had these really dainty horns, and I sweated, that one going in the mail. I was worried because it was a beautiful piece of work, and I got a lot of money for it, and I didn't want to have any problems on it. So you worry about that stuff.
I want to show something real quick that we're not going to have a problem shipping because these things are about impossible to break. But everybody here this weekend, our new website for Wizard Tower is going live, and I'm going to push this just because this is cool. You're going to be able to upload an image to us, and we're going to make you your own custom. You can go NES, Super NES, whatever you want. It's empty. It's not a real game, but this is legitimate game cartridges. And we're going to put your player character, you as a GM, whatever you want on it. And you can have your own little novelty. This is Marvin the Mage. I'm saying out to Wampler here tomorrow. So just a little something fun. So, but...
So I can get a Star Frontiers NES cartridge?
Yeah.
All right. So before we move on from this topic, I just want to point out one thing, too. Especially if you're somebody who is vending, shipping. I know with Frog Guide Games, they had to, they don't do much overseas sales anymore, but when they were doing it, Brazil was the first place crossed off the list because the Brazilian post office allegedly steals about anything of value that comes through the postal service.
Thailand.
We didn't have too many people that I knew of ordering, but Brazil has a big RPG community, and it sucks. But yeah, their postal service is allegedly fairly corrupt.
Yep. Nope. I refuse to ship to Thailand. I don't care if somebody wants to pay me ahead of time and pay me triple the amount of money. Nope. Nope.
Not worth the headache.
Yeah.
Nope.
I started limiting my international shipping real quick.
Well, and there's another aspect that people don't realize when you get an international shipping, especially if you're going to ship like packages. Another thing that you run into the risk, and Eric touched it earlier, is their customs flagging it, and they go through it and they damage something.
Yep. I've seen that.
That's a bad thing. But at any rate, sorry about that. I just wanted to bring that up. But Eric, I'll let you kind of take a lead on this because I believe you're the one who figured this out. Or Tom, what Evil Genius Games.
Oh, Egg. Evil Genius Games.
Not to be confused with EggCon. This has nothing to do with Heidi Gygax and Eric Gygax Garland.
And by the way, as a little side note, Heidi and Eric did such great business at the Gaxland booth.
Yeah.
They came home with nothing. When I finally got around to taking a picture, because they were always swarmed, I didn't want to take a picture of the booth when they were swarmed with people because, well, first, you're not going to see anything. And secondly, who wants to be in a picture? It's going to be, I got there on Sunday, and they were packing up the sample of their board game because they had none left. And it was scrape clean. They'll be there paged next year. They're driving next year so they can bring more stuff to sell to you and me.
They're going to be at WizardCon also, by the way, in April.
Yeah, but they did really, really well. So, Super Genius Games.
No, Evil Genius.
That's right, Evil Genius Games. Oh, I was thinking Super because of the Everyday Heroes. That was their big Kickstarter. It raised nearly $400,000. I remember.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
I need to take some meds because I'm having some new TSR flashbacks here. It's got
Whoa.
Where's my meds at?
I don't think they broke 400. I don't think they came anywhere near. But in any case, I remember looking at Everyday Heroes and going, "Oh, this is interesting." Oh, but it's just 5e, right? I mean, I don't care about 5e. So, but there were some issues going on with Evil Genius Games, and all right, I got to get mine. Well, I got to get Rachel's, I should say. But EnWorld was doing a great job covering stuff, and Morris did what an investigator should do. He went directly to paperwork, court filings, interviewed witnesses, did all the good stuff. And that was last year, last summer, whatever it was. Well, now apparently they are feeling butthurt and have been going around the internet requesting that people take down links to the article because
You're picking on me.
You're picking on me. There's a quote in the article that I'm just trying. Oh God,
Poor Tom.
Convenient facts. If it's a fact or inaccurate facts, if it's a fact, it's by definition accurate. You don't have inaccurate facts. So,
Facts, ma'am.
yeah, it blows my mind.
And it's legal to report on if it's the fact and it's true.
Yes. Just because they're inconvenient. The article cited many inaccurate facts. They are facts. That's not how it works. So in any case, the update to all this bag of shit is that EnWorld got a cease and desist letter today, but it was not addressed to Morris or EnWorld or the EnWorld team. It was addressed to Dear Legal Team.
Oh, right there. It is invalid as a C&D.
Yep.
Because if it says Dear Legal Team, what legal team?
Well, exactly. And I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing to formally request the immediate removal of a defamatory post that has been published on your website. Doesn't mention EnWorld.
Which website?
Right.
Okay, real quick, Eric.
Yes.
For those that don't know, when you serve somebody with a C&D, you have to let them know specifically where or what the issue is and where it's at, excuse me. Not just
Legal
someone
team.
says something naughty to me, legal team.
Right. And so it's all the vague booking until they get to, well, here is the link in question, which they linked the original article. But then, and this is where my mind starts to go, where did they find this lawyer? Because we know people don't always do such a great job when they got to find a lawyer who doesn't know what they're doing so they can.
Was this guy from North Carolina?
I don't know. So you tell me what this has anything to do with libel or slander or defamation. In accordance with the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, DMCA, and the Communications Decency Act, CDA, has a legal obligation to promptly remove defamatory content. No, that's all about intellectual property rights. That's about copyright. That has got nothing to do with defamation. So this lawyer is throwing out stuff, and apparently, same lawyer, same letter, multiple places, Dear Legal Team.
My guess is, I'm going to throw something out here real quick. My guess is it's not a real lawyer. My guess is that if you did some research and checked them out, they're nowhere in that state's bar. They just made it up because they're trying to scare people, because most people will not do their due diligence. See, when I write you back and tell you to go fuck yourself, I want to do my due diligence before I do it.
Right. And, that's a classic example of what my father would have labeled talking out your ass.
Mm-hmm.
What Eric just read. I mean,
which we're going to get into for our award here in a moment, because I got a letter this week. Not from Evil Genius Games.
From an evil genius?
From an evil genius. Eric, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No. So I was just like, there's so much wrong with that. So, but EnWorld has a policy that if you threaten them with legal action, one, they no longer communicate to you because you're threatening legal action. So Evil Genius Games CEO was still trying to communicate with Morris, and Morris is like, can't do it. You've hit us with the C&D. And Morris did ask, did this come from you guys? He's like, oh, yeah. Tekir works for us. And then Morris was like, all right. But then he also removed Evil Genius's game's ability to post on EnWorld, because you lose that according to their terms of service, which I think is
and even if it wasn't their terms of service, they can terminate any damn account. It's their website.
Yeah. So I just think it's hilarious that here you are claiming that this article has ruined your business. And the reality is, folks, if it's an article full of truth, if truth is ruining your business, then you got a bad business. Okay?
Or you're not responding to it in a proper manner.
Why would they do that?
Well, it's the day and age of Karens where they're like, how dare you, say my truck is red when your truck is actually red.
But Tom, I want my truck to be blue.
My truck is burnt umber. It is not red.
Yeah, I mean, people get bent out of shape over the most ridiculous things. And honestly, they should have let this lie. It just would have gone away. And
exactly. But it's the Streisand effect, right? So now I'm covering it. We're covering it here. Listen, I've had issues with Morris in the past. I'm sure I am not on his Christmas card list, but I am very happy to see Morris sticking the finger to a company that's trying to be abusive.
But Eric, really, when you think about this, guys, are we really covering it or are we mocking it? I kind of mock it more than cover it.
I'm mocking now. But earlier I covered. I'm just saying.
True. Edward Kopp has a question. Edward says, what other animosities has Ed created in the community? I'm very unfamiliar with the company as a whole. I'll admit it.
All right. So apparently I guess the first article about Evil Genius Games was that over the course of a month or two, they went from riding high in that Kickstarter with a paid staff of 20 to cutting out, 70%? They were down to 6.
How many people, or how much did they raise in the Kickstarter, Eric?
First Kickstarter was $400,000. Next Kickstarter was 150, I think. And then the last one was under 50, around 50.
And
so the angle is not going well. You'd hope that you do this or go flat, and not that you dip.
Man, they've raised over $600,000 in a span of how long? That's a lot of freaking cash.
Well, they are doing some licensing stuff. I see here, Escape from New York.
Oh yeah, they got some interesting
Rambo.
Is that legitimately licensed, or are they just saying they did?
No, they licensed the stuff with
Highlander.
That's where their money's going to. They're buying licenses.
Yeah.
they're looking to leverage the popularity and the nostalgia of that. I mean, because some of these are old properties like Rambo, obviously, The Crow, Escape from New York. There's like a whole generation of people who don't even know this property.
Right.
And
yeah, Ed, I don't believe that they are doing the pyramid scheme of the Ken Whitmans in the world. But I think the issue is they planned, as I recall, and I think Morris refers to, their way of making money on this was going to be some kind of Web 3.0 initiative. And I only paid attention to Web 2.0 2 decades ago. So Web 3.0 is kind of confusing to me. But apparently it had to do with the NFTs and blockchains.
Right there. Flush it down the toilet.
Yep. So that was a part of the reason why I believe some of their staff said, "Screw this, I'm gone." So and they have hedge funds investing in them. So
they have hedge funds investing in them, and they couldn't maintain their staff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess technically I could call myself a hedge fund, and I'll just go ahead and loan you guys $5 each. How's that? Now you guys got a hedge fund.
I don't know, man. I might need more than 5. It's not going to pay for my caffeine hit. Damn it!
See, this is where the whole theory behind, and Tom's covered this extensively with AI, is when it comes to publishing in general, whether it's book publishing, game publishing, writing novels, or anything. You got to put the sweat equity into it, and it's like these blockchain and these all these get rich quick things, and it's like don't cheat, guys. Put the blood, sweat, and tears in. Yeah, it takes effort, but at the end of the day, you got a better product. Why people do this gets me beyond me, but I guess. That's just very
well. We've seen get-rich-quick schemes, for decades. If you've been alive, you've seen a get-rich-quick scheme. Market America, Amway, all sorts of things. But even in the gaming community, we saw somebody thought they would buy a name. They would horn in on a TSR name and start a dungeon hobby shop, and people were just going to throw money at them because he was the savior of the OSR and he was the scammer of the OSR.
Like David Floor says, making your own crypto coin is the end thing these days. Yeah, that's ending well for a lot of people out there.
Here's my crypto coin. How's that? Yep. You're all rats, damn it. You're all rats.
Mr. Gunn says, Don, looks like your hedges fell out, so not sure if you can get it funded. Yeah, exactly. Jeez.
Can I make a cryptid coin with Sasquatch on it, maybe?
Hey, you never know. But quick question, and this is not for Eric or Tom. This is for the chat. What is people's opinions of challenge coins? Like, would be game-related challenge coins. Anybody like them? Anybody collect them? Anybody think they're a cool thing? We know you like them. And we know Eric likes it. I'm talking about in general.
This is the first one I've ever had, and it was given to me a few months ago at church.
Really?
And here's the thing I found is that I've never indulged in having a fidget, like the spinners for the kids, particularly kids with ADHD. We get them fidgets. It helps them concentrate. You know what I found? If I start like rubbing this, if I'm like a little nervous or amped up, this helps me calm down. I can't believe it. It like helps you focus. It helps you. I like it just because I saw the practical value once I was given. I was like, oh, geez, thank you. Put it in my pocket. But then I started fondling it one day, and I was like, geez, that really helped me focus.
Well, Mr. Gunn, if you've been to GaryCon, Luke sells GaryCon coins. I'll tell you, my favorite one that I have, it wasn't from GaryCon, but it's a bottle opener. God bless That is my favorite challenge coin because
Yep.
that Rach stole it. But
And Mr. Gunn, yeah, I'm very well aware that they're a military thing. Very well aware. My point is me and Eric and Tom were talking about this the other day, is I was thinking about, and Eric gave me the idea, the bottle opener,
right.
is to get a bunch and get them at WizardCon as a fun kind of thing at WizardCon. So,
Well, I would certainly hang on to a bottle opener because,
yeah.
Because, I mean, listen, when it comes to the regular challenge coins, they're meant to be displayed. I understand that. But the bottle opener, and that was actually believe it or not, the Gaelic Society of the NYPD. Because you figured the drunk lads and lasses would know how to get a proper challenge coin. And I was like, oh my God. When I got it, it was years ago, and I was like, oh my God, this has a built-in can opener. This is spot on awesome. And then Rach said, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. And then I didn't have it anymore. But communal property, right? We're not married, so I guess I still have it technically. But.
Well, Thias goes, Thias says he's ex-military. He has a soft spot for the concept, but he doesn't know how well it'd be do with the market at large. Thias, I'm talking more, I guess, let me speak. I didn't mean it like a retail level. I meant like a permanent. I'm talking about just like at a game convention, like to have some challenge coins. That way people can say, hey, I was there. Here's a challenge, that type of thing. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But Mr. Gunn likes, I guess, your concept, Eric. Most bottles are twist off. It's fun to watch it struggle.
All right.
It's starting early, and it's only 8:38.
Doing such for Central New York Con. But Mr. Gunn, yes, most bottles of twisties if you drink shit beer. If you drink beer if you drink Sam Adams, it's not a twisty. If you drink Stella, it's not a twisty. If you drink Brooklyn Lager, it's not a twisty. If you drink Amstel, it's not a twisty. Heineken is not I can go on and on. But if you drink Bud Swill or Coors Light, maybe even Molson, yes, feel free to twist it off. What I enjoy is those that only drink the twist off beer, and then you hand them a Corona, and you watch them struggle and tear their hand up.
Would you guys not get this guy amped up about frickin' twist off beer caps again, please?
God damn, Mr. Gunn, I will see you at a gaming convention, and I'm going to give you a real beer and watch you struggle. I'm going to tell them, don't pop the cap. Don't pop the cap. Don't worry about it. Mr. Gunn's got it. He's going to twist it. Don't worry about it.
Well, honestly, and I'm probably going to show my college roots here, is you could take, imagine this as a quarter. You could use a quarter as a bottle opener. You just got to choke up on that bottle, and you work the just lever it off against your knuckle. You just have to have a tough knuckle, and you can leverage them off. And sometimes you got to work at it with a quarter, but I think a challenge coin would be 20 times easier with that technique. So, yeah. But honestly, to the twisties, I started drinking red wine for my health, and I thought that wine bottles that are twist-off caps were the greatest thing ever because I can never find the damn corkscrew.
All right. Shall we get into a little bit of federal IP law that we all learned earlier this week, guys?
Oh, so you got a letter.
I got a letter. All right. Add insult to injury. It's like -25 here in Michigan, so I had to go down at 6 o'clock in the morning and go check my mail because I was going to be productive. Okay. I got a formal notice of affidavits, and I'm going to show this letter, affidavits and declarations of use. And basically, I'm going to just read this real brief letter. It said, Sir, under 37 CFR Parts 2 and 7, this shall serve as formal notice that the names D20 Delving and Realms Card Game are being filed in 2025 by Johnson Publishing Group and ONB Publishing. You are hereby placed on formal notice that you may not 1. Use 2. Operate under 3. Post about 4. Nor use in any way our trademarks mentioned above. And it ends like this. Doing so, you will be in violation of federal law and action will commence against your company. This official notice will supersede anything else you think you will file. Using our trademarks are taken very seriously by our legal team. Do not think of testing us. Signed, and this is the best part, Dave Johnson, CEO of Johnson Brothers Publishing, but also Mr. Alex Sterling, CFO, Johnson Brothers Publishing.
Well, Alex Sterling is his fictional pen name.
Nice.
To publish.
By the way, Rach is in the next room laughing her fucking ass off.
Yep.
Thank
And
you, Dave.
there was no return address on this letter, and the envelope was postmarked Murfreesboro, Tennessee, but had no return address on it.
Well, we know who lives in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
And it's dated, this just so full. It's dated
God.
January 1st.
Now, folks, anybody who's listening to this, because, I don't know, you're in your kitchen doing your dishes.
Yeah.
January 1st, spelled out, small f. So January 1st, 2025. Dave, no, without any respect, you are, in my humble opinion, a pussy.
And by the way, real quick, I did verify this letter, and how I verified it was that signature. He did file an affidavit in federal court in support of new TSR, and he signed it. It is a very, very close. I'm not a handwriting expert. I'm not going to hire one for this, but it's close. So, a few takeaways here. So I did not involve an attorney because I'm not wasting the money on this bullshit. But I looked up 37 CFR, and I guess this has to do with hiring attorneys overseas.
Well, yeah. He does a lot of AI writing. He's probably using AI Lawyer for this as well.
Well, that's like that anonymous email I got that referred to a court case that was about somebody calling somebody a kid thingy.
Real quick, Victory Lane Exotics says, Don, you should blur your address. No, my address is publicly known. It's my business address, so it's perfectly fine. I'm not doxing myself. I'm fine with that.
To ask this.
Rach has a question, Don.
Okay.
Is let's see, Stella Etoile helping out with any of this legal representation?
I don't know. I'm not sure because there was no other young teen Asian girl pedo weird stuff in the envelope. So
this was this was their pen name.
Yes.
For all those awesome erotica novels.
Well, this was the pen name after he used the Asian girl pen name.
Right. That's a few pen names back.
And I do believe that one thing that was published under some Asian girl pen name with some AI picture of her, actually then was later published as Alex Stone.
Yes.
Alex Stone is actually Dave Johnson. So it's just.
And real quick, Victory Lane Exotics, Bill, awesome. And also, Ed, you went to Harper Creek School District. That's really cool too. That's Battle Creek for you. So small world. Got a couple of local guys around. So.
I also noticed in this letter that the legal team is not referenced. And so my question was, is it the firm of Me, Myself, and I?
You know what? I'm not really sure because don't think of testing us. And I'm kind of looking over this letter, and don't you have to file a trademark before it is a
Trademark.
trademark?
Well, we're giving you notice that we're going to file so you should stop what you're doing because we gave notice under one of our fictitious names. And if you don't listen to us, I, Dave Johnson, have many more personalities within me, and all of them can come out and beat up your one personality. So you better watch out.
Well, also, if you look at this, they're going to file it sometime in 2025. So if I wait until January 1st with a small f written out, 2026, am I safe? Oh, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to go on a limb here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put myself in legal peril, and I think I'm going to continue to use D20 Delving in Realms.
All right, I have a stupid question. Maybe not so stupid.
No, compared to this, it's not guaranteed.
Is Johnson Brothers Publishing Inc., is that like an actually registered company?
You know the answer to that already. Thank you for asking, because I forgot to mention it. I checked. They're not an LLC, nor are they an Inc.
All right. So in other words, he is misrepresent. So him and his fictitious other half, and whether the voices are within the head or just wherever, Dave and his fictitious other half, with a company that doesn't exist,
Yes.
are stating that they're going to invest in trademarks that with the Dave here. And I'm sure Dave, you're watching, or one of your cronies are watching. You know, so let me explain to you. All right, I'm going to explain to you how this works, Lucy. You got to get the company first before the company can threaten somebody, and you haven't done that yet. So go to your master, ask for some money. He'll give you an allowance, and then you can.
I think his mommy's all tapped out.
Yeah. All right. See, like I have a special relationship with Dave because Dave actually threatened to sue me. Oh yeah. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. His wife threatened to sue me in the background of our call.
And you dare defy that threat?
Well, being that Dave at the time was literally it's tracing a bad word because otherwise I'd have to use theft.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was tracing another artist's work and then selling the prints as his own. And when I brought that up, Dave demanded to talk to me, and that's fine. I'll talk to damn near anybody. And it was I think it was a Facebook call, and I was like, okay, Dave. Oh, he said to have you arrested? Oh, Mr. Floor, you know.
Dave, hold on. Floor was on a list then. Dave, you're on the list anyways then. So see, you finally made one.
You made a list. Check it twice. Gonna find out if you've been naughty, sued, or arrested on ice. But yeah, his wife didn't like the fact that I wasn't apologizing because I had nothing to apologize for.
Hereby.
She threatened to sue me and take everything I own. And I was like, all right. Dave, the call's over. No, the call. No. I go, Dave, your spouse just threatened to sue me. We got nothing more to say. And he panicked and then he said a few choice words to the spouse, which I'm not going to repeat. And the call was ended. So I really think that Dave is a special individual. And, you know.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, we have a fake CFO, financial officer, right?
And by the way, real quick, Tom, clarify that for everybody, that Alex Sterling, who he is really and who he's not.
Alex Sterling is his pen name. He uses to publish. He gets AI to write a book for him, and he publishes under the pen name of Alex Sterling. It's usually weird, creepy, spy, erotica
involving young girls.
Yeah, and it's it's of a level like it'll say things like this girl, she hot, I mean that bad. Like something a 12-year-old would write.
She hot.
And
Girl.
it could be a song maybe.
Yeah.
So I mean, but not only does he have this fake CFO, he has made up fake indie movie awards and awarded them to himself.
Oh,
when he
yeah.
was, he's made up fake industry associations as the editor of Alarms, and his ripoff of a much better fan RPG magazine, and gave an award. I'm a member of the Editors Guild, such and he's made up crap all along to make himself more important, and it's just pathetic. It's just pathetic.
Yeah.
I actually found a LinkedIn listing once where he listed his game company, as doing $10 million and having 20 employees. Or
Real quick, do you know what the danger of doing stuff like that is, in all seriousness? Is, as an example, if you're posting that online and you get audited by the IRS just on a routine thing, and then you say like you made only $300 or something like that, the IRS can actually take that online claim you made, and they can actually kind of use it against you a little bit. I mean, they'll twist some serious wanky shit on you,
Well, to answer Mr. Gunn, I did a deep dive, unfortunately, and so you can't unsee these things you've seen.
Yes.
Type of things. Biatus shared some videos with me on the Satanic Panic, and afterwards I was like, "Where's the gallon of bleach? I want to pour it through my brain." Hey, he helped me with the research, so that's not a criticism with Biatus. But we did a deep dive on Dave, when he was the lead game designer for Star Frontiers New Genesis, and we knew there was all this racist Nazi stuff going into it. And Tammy got mad at me. She's my PI. She does a deep dive on somebody, and she was like, "Do you know how many emails Dave Johnson's had?" She was finding all these emails that he no longer uses, but he's had like 200-300 of them,
and alt accounts.
And alt accounts.
When I was doing my spider web on him, it got nuts fast.
Yeah, and I bet you don't know everything.
No, I don't.
Because he just makes up new stuff all the time. It's just he's in a quest to become famous and respected, and but you find videos of him pretending to be Antifa.
Yep.
With a dish towel wrapped around his face, and then he goes to an
threatening himself.
Yeah, and he gets punched by and he's like showing the picture. Some 20-year-old Antifa guy just punched him and decked him and laid him out, a former Marine. And I'm like, dude, you're so pathetic. Even the Marines are like, no, we don't know him. He was from the Navy. He was a Navy corpsman. And I'm like, I mean, the guy's just, everything is made up with him.
But the thing is, there's one thing that has been made now, and we discussed this the other day. We here have decided that occasionally we're going to go ahead and issue an award. And what the award is really for just when the situation demands it and someone comes up or a situation comes up where it's just so wacky and stupid and off the wall bizarre, you just got to give an award. So Tom is credited for naming the award.
Yeah.
Johnson Bros Hose Award.
And this is the official Johnson Bros Hose Award. Why? Because you're just a tool. So the thing is occasionally we will issue one, and Johnson Brothers, for that letter, you have earned the first official award. Congratulations.
Bros Hose. Show the award. Show the award.
I don't. There it is. And
underneath our pretty faces is, there you go. Yes, you're just a tool.
So,
and this is for hosing the gaming community and the public with your stupidity. And
yes.
So Dave Johnson, first official winner. There
Congratulations.
You go. You have won an award. We've made up an award and awarded it to you.
Yep. And that will be held on our new website. We will have a list of all the award winners as they win.
Because, stupidity, like we talked about from Evil Genius Games, might put you in consideration for the award.
Yes.
And
David Floor, Dave, it's only the best for people like that. But, at the end of the day, I guess, that letter took an effort to write and put out and send. Come on, guys. Send to somebody who believes you, I mean, and Fugly, a wrenching experience. It was, man. Here I am walking down, freaking wearing my shorts, freaking 25 below zero at 6 a.m. in the morning, trying to be nice for my wife. Had coffee. She got called out of work because of cold. And I got that out of the mailbox.
Well, it's funny when you do a deep dive on somebody like Dave Johnson, Justin Lanassa, and you really start digging deep. I found a video he posted. It was like a live stream, and then he got up from the computer and went to the bathroom. And I know he went to the bathroom and he just forgot to shut the camera off, shut the live stream down, and I hear him yelling to the wife, "Who left the bathroom window open?" She's like, "Must have been your father. I think he did us."
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah.
And so then she comes by and she's mad and she grabs the chair and shoves it against the computer, and just shrew face, puckered up, and so I'm watching this and I'm like, oh my God, this is like a slow motion train wreck. And I'm watching and I'm listening to the byplay between the wife and him, and I'm like, this is so bad. I mean, Eric, have you ever accidentally left the live stream running and then people are listening to you and Rachel?
Not that I know of, and I think people I would have gotten a phone call. Honestly, somebody would have called me and said, "Hey, listen, numbnuts, what the fuck are you doing?"
Everybody knows what you're watching on TV.
So, yeah, everybody enjoy.
So, I mean, that's when you realize you're dealing with an absolute numbnut who's just beyond pathetic.
Yep. Well, for those watching this, though, real quick, remember one thing. You can go ahead if you have a question or a show idea, or us look into something for a show, you can email us at thevlogofmanythings@gmail.com. We're happy to look at the email, and that's how we got the author a couple months ago. Oh, I forgot his name. But we brought an author on here because he introduced himself and such. So, we get our ideas from you. We're probably going to wrap this up now because Eric has to go to his Discord tavern chat here in a little bit. But 1
minute to get there.
Yep. But everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. Down below is my backer kit. Myself and Paulie Kid are doing it's for Paulie, but it's a backer kit for Paulie's new game, Stars and Sails. We have a $5,000 goal on it. It has been up officially now only 48 hours, and we're already almost $4,000. So we're trending to hit it.
Nice.
If you want to go to Backer Kit and search for Stars and Sails, or go to link down below and support us, you can get a softcover book for $35, and you can get a hardcover for $59. So it's nothing crazy out of line. So it's really well priced.
I heard a rumor you already had all the paper on hand on a pallet.
We're done. Yep. And that's another thing. There's no delays on this puppy because we're not waiting for card stock. We have all the paper, all the board stock for the hardcovers, all the ink. Everything's ready to go. The game has been fully written, fully edited and done. It is about 3/4 through layout. We are going to be releasing it formally in May. But for those who want to pick up their copy early and you come to WizardCon at the end of April, you can grab your copy at WizardCon. So
Tammy was just asking how many pages. How many pages?
We're almost done with layout. It's going to be roughly about 255 pages,
Oh,
260 right around there.
publication.
It's a nice book, yeah, and it's
You're-
complete. Everything is there, so it's not like you need to later on buy another manual. Everything you need to play the game, from monsters to creating ships to everything, is in that book. And then we're offering some side things if you want to pick up an extra copy of the book, or if you want to pick up some nice dice bags. But one more thing before we go regarding it: every person who supports the backer kit, along with your book, you're going to get a set of 6 full color 11 by 17 pieces of artwork that come from the game that's suitable for framing.
Oh, nice.
So, for those of you who have supported, I know there's a couple here that I know have supported it by name. I appreciate it. So does Paulie. But if not, again, go to Backer Kit. Link is down below, or just simply search for Stars and Sales. So, Eric, Tom, thank you for coming on tonight.
Happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yep. Please hit the like and subscribe. Help us out a lot. Eric, you got a live coming up on Friday. Oh, wait a minute. More. That's right.
Oh, big one. Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Inappropriate Characters Rerolled. Ryan David, myself, and Grim
Congrats.
Desborough.
Nice.
So that's. Come on! I need to do like 6 live streams in a row. Come on! I got it.
And
keep it
Tom,
real.
do you have anything live? You come up with any new videos being released? Anything coming up in the fire yet?
I've been slacking, and part of the problem has been that Tammy and I took in a foster child, and so there's been a distraction.
Oh yeah.
Finishing the remodel on the house, but people have been contacting me, and I'm like, I gotta get back in the saddle. So
Yeah.
she's a little too young to be doing gaming with kids, at 2. So, eventually she'll probably, have video content where I'm, hey, gaming with your kids.
Yep.
Down the road, so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And as far as Mr. Floor, David Floor, by the way, is doing primary coding for the game Zonk that Wizard Tower Games is putting out. David has been patiently waiting for me for the artwork. I'm getting David the artwork over the course of the next day or so. It's just I've been so crazily busy with just running Connecticut all over the place and hell and gone. So, David, thank you for the faith, my friend. Artwork is coming for Zonk. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight's video. Much appreciated. Enjoy the, freezing cold here in Michigan. Australia, I guess, is 117.
In New York,
So, everybody, thank you again for tuning in. This is Don.
This is Tom.
Have a good night, everybody. Happy gaming, and